What's up, gamers? It's your boy TB here at SMB coming at you on our freaking nice Friday. We got here before the big 3-day July 4th weekend, and you know what? It looks like Wall Street took Friday off. They wanted a 4-day weekend today because we got nothing going on today. This is some pretty dog water price action, and you know what? I can just decide for myself. This is the beauty of doing this for myself. I can just decide, hey, I don't need to take any part in this. I know the market makers. They want me to try to trade this so badly right now. This is the cook premium day. They're having a cookout, and the only thing they're cooking is options premium because they are just roasting them. Like, just so we rip up, we dump down, and that was it. There was nothing. We dumped, and now we're just chopping, 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 chop, 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 chop. You would think, uh-oh, there it is, sell off, buy puts. Nope, we're back up. Uh-oh, here we go, sell off. What do you think's gonna happen next? You think we're gonna sell off for the rest of the day? I'd be willing to bet my left nut that that's not gonna happen. We're not going to. We're gonna come down here and bounce back up, and we're gonna bounce and chop. And sometimes 3-day weekends. I mean, if it was like we just had some terrible news, like a Fed rate hike or something, or some really bad earnings, and maybe we would see more selling going on today, or more buying, or at least some direction at all. But there's nothing. I mean, we had the PC report yesterday, which I never made a video at the end of yesterday to talk about that. But wow, what a ridiculous day yesterday was. I mean, just ridiculous price action. So I woke up and I made that first video where we dumped. Well, we went up and filled that entire fucking gap, bro. Oh my god. We go up straight up. SPY just goes like from 372 all the way to 380 over the span of 2 hours. SPY just goes straight up. It cannot stop. Nothing can stop it. It just goes straight up and just comes up here, fills the gap, taps 380. So now we had confirmation. That gave us strong confirmation that resistance is on SPY 380 or SPX 380 or 3800. We just tapped off that level twice. You can see it even better on SPX. Just tap, resist, and then just dumped. But like here we start dumping, then we recover, then we dump, and then just the last. I mean, it was a nightmarish day. Um, so that's why I was so glad I made my video. And that I remember saying in that video yesterday morning, you guys probably heard me. I'm like, I'm thinking I might hodl my Amazon put, and thank God I did not. I sold that Amazon put literally at the bottom. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I took profit on that. The only thing I'm upset about is that I continued to try to trade it yesterday. When I should have just like I mean I missed the chance to get calls when I should have, and so I kept just trying to trade puts. I was looking at Coinbase. Coinbase had some like really nice looking like just technical setups, like right here, this big old channel it's in. It's just up in this channel, tapping. We dump out. I grab a put, and it just immediately. I mean, we get two big red candles, and it immediately reverses. So ended up selling that, and then I grab another put later in the day because we have a, like ridiculous, like a nice head, shoulder, shoulder. I'm thinking necklines right here. We hit it. We do a little dumping. I grab a put, and then it just straight up, but then it dumps. So I gave back 40 of the bucks I made on the Amazon call yesterday, but we still ended the day over 200, so that was great. But as for today, I've tried a single trade on Amazon. So, um, Amazon, I'm watching. We're in this little wedge here. So we got this support line, this support trend line right here. And it looks like it doesn't even matter. I mean, this price action is just terrible. Like, look at this, dude. This is just so terrible. So I see we're testing VWAP. We test VWAP and we bounce hard off of it. So I grab me a call right here. It goes up like 15 bucks right here. Immediate dump, break VWAP. I sell it, then it goes back up. And I almost thought, oh shoot, do I go back in? But then I'm like, no, they want me to do that because then look what they did. Then they throw in two more candles, and you might think these are just two little candles. It doesn't look like you'd lose that much money, but I'm playing like calls that are only a week out. Like these are highly leveraged sons of bitches. So I lost 19 bucks on that. and then that's when it occurred to me. I'm just like, there's nothing going on today. Like the market, if anything, it's gonna dump, and I still have my Nasdaq put. So if it does dump, I'm exposed to it. But it is just like, what is going on? And I know I say that a lot, like, but that's just, I mean, it's just it's a rough market. I mean, there are people that are just like doing crazy good in this market. I'm not gonna be one of them. I can't trade this. This is just like pure nonsense. How does anyone do this? How could you trade this? Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? I just don't get it. But then I do follow a lot of traders that are just like, yeah, this could be a choppy ass day. It tends to be choppy going into 3 day weekends. We saw that last Friday before Juneteenth. Um, and that is basically exactly what's happening. It's just been a hellish price action day. Just so many stupid candles out of nowhere that are just trapping bulls, trapping bears, and you get both of them trapped, and then they just like, and then once they get them both trapped, they just do nothing. They just yeah. So it's like a channel. You got the channel. You got the middle. That's nothing. You got the bulls up here, the bears up here. So they break it out of the bullish area. Bulls jump in. Then they dump it back into the channel, and then bears are sitting there waiting. They dump below where the bears want to buy. Bears buy, and then it just immediately reverses, and then when you got them both trapped, you just go in the middle of the channel for the rest of the day. And what happens to their premiums? It gets destroyed. And the market makers make all the money because that's how they make their money. They make money off of your cooked options premiums. And I've finally have like realized that like the market makers didn't used to do this for the past 2 years because I mean they would sometimes, but they wouldn't have to because things were going up so much, so they didn't need to. Like now the market's straight dog shit. They're not making as much money from just stocks going up. Like they don't need to do this shit when they could just buy T triple Qs and the stocks just go straight up. They're making money off the bull rally. But now we're in a bear market. They have to do things that cook everyday traders like me and humans alike. And that's exactly what they do on days like today, where there is just literally no direction whatsoever. I mean, just terrible. Like, how else could you explain huge buying at the open, and then a huge sell-off, and then nothing afterwards? It just doesn't make any sense. But as for individual stocks, Nvidia is just, oh God, Nvidia is just bleeding out right now. Oh my God, it's just going straight down. So, I know I should have cut it. I know I said like freaking 2 weeks ago. I'm like sitting here, and I have this. It just drives me crazy how I'm always just like, why am I holding Nvidia? There's just no reason to hold it for the short term. I know in 5 years it'll go back up, or not 5 years, but like by 5 years from now it'll be at much higher than it is now. But I'm gonna be 31 by then, so what am I gonna do in the meantime? Just hold it and watch it drain the account because that's exactly what it's doing. It's down another $300 today, even though the Nasdaq's only down 1%. SPY's only down 0.5%. Um, Nvidia it's like Apple. It's like one of the leading ones that hasn't bled yet. Like AMD is down a lot on the year. You can see how much AMD's gone down. I mean, it's the lowest it's been in a year. But you look at Nvidia, Nvidia is kind of the same way. At least it is now. Like it still is far above its pre-COVID highs, and AMD is almost at its pre-COVID highs. I mean, it's getting there. So AMD is right at the support. Look at this support right here at $72. So AMD could bounce right here potentially. I mean, the whole market could, but yeah, semis are just they're a nightmare. Micron, I mean Micron didn't even have that bad of earnings yesterday, but what have I said every time? If you don't absolutely destroy your earnings, you're gonna bleed. And they missed a few numbers. They missed on their revenue estimates. Their outlook was downgraded, like every other tech company. They're cutting back on the outlooks, on their guidances. Um, so it didn't do anything after hours. I mean, it opened, it gapped down a little bit, a couple dollars, like 2%. It gapped down, but now it's dropped down like 5%. So, of course, when any semiconductor company has bad earnings, it affects all the other ones because semiconductors right now, for the past 2 years, it was buy now, ask questions later. Now for semiconductors, it's sell now, ask questions later, and that's just how it is. And I'm holding one of the biggest bleeders today. So that's not a good feeling. I don't like that. But yeah, that I mean, Micron's earnings were they beat estimates on EPS, but that's just how it is. If you don't beat on revenue, beat on EPS, have good guidance, have good margins, have good everything, you'll still go down, but you won't go down very much. You'll go up a little bit, then down. But if you only miss on one of those, if you miss on the revenue but everything is great, then you bleed. If it's okay, that you bleed. It's just this is such a crazy nightmarish market we're in. So I get why they throw days at us like today because they just want me to try to trade it. Like they are dying for idiots like me to try to trade this price action when there is literally no possible way to do it. Unless you're just like in and out, just buy it. But I can't do that. I can't do that with options. I can't just be like buy 10 options, sell 10 options. Our commissions just fucking destroy that. We have to pay commissions on our fees because we're a business account or on our options. So every option's $3, $3, $3. Like if I buy 10 options, I have to make at least $50 to pay for the commissions that I'm paying on it. So it's just not, and it's not even a style of trading I'm interested in. So, and then on a day like today, I would be like, hey, what are small caps doing? Maybe there's a small cap that's moving, and there are a couple. So I might look at that. But most small caps that start ripping have charts that look like this, where it's like obviously they had good news overnight, and then now it's dumping. It always is just a gap up, and then continued dumping. Um, there are some that are kind of actually going straight up intraday right now, like MT. But I don't know. I feel like on these red days on the markets, it's so hard to like actually find these before they start ripping because now it's like it's too late to get into this. Like obviously, the volume was there for like 5 seconds, and now look at the volume. It's just dissipating, and now it's just gonna bleed off. So that's all I got to say. I'd rather just go into this weekend with a green week technically. I mean, out of the tradable days, I did good on the tradable ones. Otherwise, we just didn't have much of anything for this week. I mean, we got one day of the bleeding. Like this was Monday. Monday was nothing, just choppy as hell. Tuesday was the good day where it just bled, and I just held puts, and we made money off of that. Um, Wednesday, nothing. Wednesday, we go perfectly sideways, just chop, 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 chop. Yesterday, we had some direction for about 5 seconds, and I made my money off that, and then it just goes up and down. So that could have been a good day if I was like, I just told myself, like, hey, I did $200 today. I don't need to lose any of that. I tried a little bit. I tried what I thought were good setups, but I should have just been trading SPY, I guess. So that was my fault. But then today, so that's 2 out of 5 days that I would qualify as being tradable. Otherwise, I'm just like not even gonna bother. This is just terrible, terrible price action. So um, look at let's look at what's coming up next weekend. Good old briefing.com. Dang, earnings next week? Of course, I gotta sign up. Come on, show me the freaking. There we go. So we got the FOMC minutes on June. No wait, on July 6th. Um, Otherwise, initial claims, continuing claims. So just a bunch of unemployment data. Unemployment data is always like we're not to the point where unemployment's gonna go up. It's not gonna happen for a while. So these are such like non non events because they tell us the same thing every time. Unemployment, it's gone down, it's gone up 0.1%. Like these are just things that don't matter. But I know they do matter, but I just know they're not going to have a big impact. Consumer credit, that's kind of interesting. Wholesale, that's but just a bunch of employment data next week, so could be another choppy week. This is just this market, man. If you look at where the market moves, it's always when there's big catalysts. Otherwise, we just go sideways, and that's very annoying. You could see where the market waiting for a catalyst, waiting, 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 and then when there are slow times, sometimes we rally till the next catalyst where we dump, and so it just goes from CPI data to FOMC to next inflation data that we had over here where we dump, and then rinse and repeat, and then we wait until earnings. So we're just in a super stagnant market, stagflation. So it's kind of shitty. I know we have earnings in late July, so I think July will have some movement. We do have CPI on July 13th. Gotta watch out for that. That's huge. Um, that much else to look at. So I'm just gonna like scour over charts today. That's the best way. I don't want to just like turn it off and go play video games or something. I still want to like pay attention, but that's a way for me to keep occupied without trying to get that itch because my brain it wants to end. I can feel it. It's back. It's right here. It's right here where I can feel the itch where it's like there's a trade out there. You can find it and you're gonna make money off of it. And then what do? I go look at charts and this is what I see. Look at this on Amazon. Like what? Who's gonna trade this? How do you trade that? You don't. That's the thing. You just don't. Why would I? Because I don't think the market's going to go up or down. I can't trade with that mindset. You don't have that mindset going in. If I were to be like, right now, I think SPY's going up. I think it's going to go up. Why would I say that? Why would I say that? Based off what? There's nothing to indicate that. Nothing at all. So, I'm just going to stare at some charts because I know this is dog shit. But that little itch, I just have to tell myself, don't do it. It's there. It wants me to go find it. It thinks the stock market, there's infinite money. If I go find it, if I work hard enough, I could find it. But that's not the way this works. I wait for the good times. The definition of a strategy is using it when it's actually going to help you, when it's actually going to work. And my strategy has always been trading the trend. And when there is no trend, I do not trade. So why would I bother? So that's about that, folks. I'll take the win. I'll take the $19 loss, and I know it could be a huge loss. I could have gone big on that because I was really confident Amazon was gonna bounce off VWAP and rip right there. Like I thought we consolidated and we would see some ripping, but it don't look like that's gonna happen. So I'm glad I didn't. It could have been a $100 loss. So catch you guys later. Have a good long weekend. God, you scared me. Fuck, dude. How'd you come out so quiet?